Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Granada, and this is NBC5 In Depth. This week, we're preparing to commemorate the Battle of Plattsburgh. It marked the largest invasion in U.S. history in the year 1814 at the village of Plattsburgh in Cumberland Bay on Lake Champlain. It took place from September 6th to the 11th, ending the War of 1812. This week, we're commemorating the battle from September 11th to the 14th through a series of events. I sat down with the president of the 1814 Commemoration Incorporation as the organization celebrates 25 years commemorating the Battle of Plattsburgh. Tell me what we can expect at this year's Battle of Plattsburgh events.
Well, everything actually, we're going to start on Wednesday night with a free film about the Battle of Plattsburgh, the history that led up to it, the battle itself, and what happened afterwards. And this is going to be open to the public for learning experience. Many people come to our event every year and they say, this is an excellent event, the Battle of Plattsburgh, and then they say, but what was that? And they don't know the history behind it. So we'll start that on Wednesday night. And then on Thursday, we do the ceremonies. We start right here at Crab Island, and we have a ceremony recognizing the veterans that lost their lives on Crab Island and helped the sailors and the Army personnel that were on both sides. The Army for the British, the Navy and the United States, people were killed and their bodies were brought to the island. And a lot of them are still buried out there, many of them unknown soldiers buried on the island. So we have a very solemn ceremony out here. We read the names of the personnel involved on both sides. After which we move over to Fort Brown, which is over on US Avenue, and it's the last remnants of the three forts that were here in Plattsburgh during the Battle of Plattsburgh. So we do a ceremony there honoring those people, and then later in the day we move up to Riverside Cemetery, which is a very beautiful ceremony they do there, because we have representatives from the British side, American side, and that's where Captain Downey from the British ship is buried. So we spend the day on Thursday honoring our veterans. Later Thursday night we're going to have our history talks at the Trinity Church downtown Plattsburgh, and that wraps up what we're doing on Thursday, and things really kick off on Friday. In the morning there's a couple more ceremonies, Culver Hill out in Beekmantown and Halsey's Corners here in Plattsburgh. And then in the afternoon, we start the actual 3-day event for the weekend with music in the park and the food trucks and exhibits and everything. And we'll have a open concert that evening with bear tracks. We have the honor flight people there. Again, this is all about our whole weekend honors veterans. And veterans from 1812, veterans from 1776, all the way to present. It's very important for us to know that they have our acknowledgement. So that night we'll have some speakers and things. The U.S. Army Band from Fort Drum is going to be here for the whole weekend. Actually, starting on Thursday, they'll be down here on the ceremony. And then we had fireworks on Friday night. So that's a busy time. And Saturday's our busiest day, where we have, the park will have almost 30 different exhibits there in the park. The food trucks, and everyone will be there. Everyone comes for the big parade on Saturday, which is at 1 o'clock. And we have different bands playing throughout the day. And a new thing this year, we've brought back, for the first time in a long time, music from the period. We have an ensemble will be doing Mozart. We have one that'll be doing Beethoven. So people today will be able to hear the music of that era, which hasn't been done around here in a while. And that'll be in Trinity Church too, so the sound effects should be really, really nice. So that'll happen on Saturday and Sunday both. So where are we at? Saturday, there's so many things going on. The monument, all around the monument is the Children's Old Time Village Fair, which has booths for children to get involved, get their hands on, see what it was like back in 1814, to the games they used to play. We're kind of crippled this year a little bit because of the construction going on at the City Hall. We used to have the tents and everything set up all around City Hall, but we can't use that this year. So our main entertainment tent will actually be in the street this year. And because of the fenced off areas, we had to move our children's games out to the Kent Delord House. So we'll make a lot of information that's where the kids' games are this year. And then on Saturday evening, we have two big events. We have the U.S. Army Band from Fort Drum is going to be doing a free concert at the Strand. And then also going on that evening is the Macomb Ball in under the tent in Trinity Park. And that's the English country dancing like it was back in the era. It's always fun to see that, you know. I would run into each other and knock them down if I tried it, but they do it, and they're all dressed in their regalia. It's beautiful to see. And then Sunday we do the same thing over again. Different events going on Sunday, different bands playing. We have the fire engine pull, which has become one of the big events, along with the monument climb. We call it the 156 Club. You get a chance to go up the monument. Only open one time during the year during our event. So it's 156 steps up and then back down again. So it's a workout for someone. But we put them we give them a pin saying I survived the climb. We put them into a contest for a drawing for gift certificates, and we list them on our Facebook or our website page, just to give them a little notoriety that they did it, you know. So, and that day ends up with another quartet or ensemble. Again, was Beethoven. So it should be a great weekend. A lot of things going on.
There's a lot of fun and entertainment involved with the commemoration every year. But what's the importance of honoring and commemorating the Battle of Plattsburgh every single year? And as you mentioned, educating our community about what the Battle of Plattsburgh is.
We're trying to instill in the local community and the public in general the importance of what happened here in Plattsburgh. If things had not happened the way they did in Plattsburgh, we probably would be speaking with a British accent, you know, because we were looking at 10,000 British soldiers just outside the little village of Plattsburgh, maybe 1,500, couple regiments of regular army, some militia, and the sick and wounded that couldn't march to the other front, which Washington thought was where the invasion was going to be. Of course, turns out it wasn't. It was down here, so we were only left with a few people or our soldiers that were wounded or incapacitated that couldn't make the march. So the results were just amazing. If McDonough had not won on the water and the British took over, it's very easy to see where they could have just controlled the whole lake all the way down the Hudson River right into New York City, and just, you know, the British ships could have just pounded us, and obviously I don't think we would have won the war. So what happened in Plattsburgh is essential to what happened at the end of the war, and we want people to know that. So, you know, many people come to our event and wonder what was the Battle of Plattsburgh. So we're trying to get the word out, basically. So, you know, we have an event that we do every year with kids in 4th grade, because that's where American history is taught now. And we go to the schools, we send them information about the Battle of Plattsburgh. We invite them to come to an event we have at the fairgrounds, and we have different booths set up with, you know, games from that era and what kids used to do in school, so they can learn about it early and then appreciate what we do for the weekend. Again, it's a free weekend, but it's a lot more than just fun and games and festivities and parades. It's really about remembering why we're here and the importance of little old Plattsburgh. You know, you just don't hear about it, and we want to try to get that word out.
We talked about the importance of keeping the community engaged and interested every year. What kinds of challenges do you guys face as the 1814?
Everyone, it's interesting. The community in general looks forward to the Battle of Plattsburgh weekend. It's the last big weekend of the summer, basically. It's actually leading into the fall. We have one of the biggest parades in around, and people look forward to it, but it costs us money to do this. So the community is where we go early in the year to try to get our funding for the event. We're a nonprofit organization. Each year we start out at zero and say, well, we're going to need maybe $70,000 to have parades and have all the events and pay all the people that come here. So we go to the local community businesses and say, hey, can you help us out this year like you have in the past? And Plattsburgh and businesses are so great about doing that. Very seldom do they say no. Even in tough times, they still say, you know, this is an important event. And I think the business owners understand that. Recently, with the cutbacks in grant funding, we see a challenge ahead because grants have a lot to do with funding this event. But I think the community has adopted us as, you know, the premier event for the history of the Battle of Plattsburgh.
25 years of parades.
25 years, yeah. There weren't actually 25 parades, but, oh, there were, I'm sorry. We have been doing this for 27 years. The first few years there were no parades, and then each year it started as a small parade, and each year it got a little bit bigger. I'm sure in the first ones there was tractors, and there was probably horses, and all the different things that went with it. And now we bring in bands from Canada. Norwich University Band and their drill team are coming this year. I think that's a big draw for people. You know, nothing like a little kid sitting on the corner there watching a parade go by and getting some candy, and they love it. When we get thousands of people that show up. So every year we try to find a theme, and year after year we come up with something. And this year the head of the parade committee said, you know, this is the 25th year we'll be doing a parade, so let's make that our theme. So we asked people to, you know, have floats in the parade that represent the theme. So when we give prizes out to the three best floats, so it's interesting to see what we're going to have this year.
How do you hope the events continue to grow throughout the years?
Oh, I'd love to see this become something like Gettysburg, where people from all over the country and all over the world come to see what happened here in Plattsburgh, because it's that important. With a handful of people that we have, that's hard to do. You know, each year we've grown a little bit, but well, you see by the white hair, we're aging out running the organization, but we now have a few new people. We got maybe 4 people now in their 20s that are all excited about history and the Battle of Plattsburgh. And I've seen a big difference strictly with their knowledge of technology that has helped us immensely. You know, we used to struggle with who's going to make a poster up, how are we going to get this done? And they do it in 10 minutes on their phones and say, how about something like this? So that interest and that enthusiasm has really sparked the older part of our group too.
That's great.
Yeah.
How can we as a community continue to support the events every year?
Well, main thing is just coming to the event, you know. It's a family event, you know, there's things for adults, there's things for kids, it's a big family outing on the weekend. And I think getting the word out, it's odd to me that in a historic event like what happened in Plattsburgh is only known in the general area of Plattsburgh. So I would like the people in Buffalo to come. I would like the people across the country to know that this is a special weekend. It's a special place to come to. There's so much history from the Revolutionary War right up through, you know, today. We have had military bases here. We've had everything to do with military and different wars has kind of centered in one way or another around Plattsburgh. And yet I just don't see that message getting out to the general public all across the nation.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Well, you're so welcome.
Thank you for all the work you do.
Yeah, thank you for coming and doing this, and hopefully you can give us a shot for the movie coming up soon.
Yes.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, definitely.
That's great.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
your
welcome.
time.